Hey everybody, Sinus here. Welcome back to some more Monster Train speedruns. In this run I'm going to be using the Awoken again for, as promised, the Seeded speedrun of the seed from 2 days ago's video. So again, start with Petrified Crucible, take Bristling Sentient for the spikes as normal, but the first optimization will come right here in the first fight. So rather than killing Sentient by putting it on the first floor as I did in the previous run, I'm going to instead put it on the second along with the Dreg. This means the Curlish Men are going to attack at 3 rather than at 5, like they previously did, which makes Sentient much more durable. So this time Sentient will end up with 12 health before we even get started on the relentless combat. So here's that. Restoration Detonation clears both of those, and then the boss just dies. Much, much smoother and much, much faster. Take a Sharpen early in Ring 1 rather than Ring 2. And go to the Merchant of Magic as normal. 1 Cosmic Bramble Lash, hold it over. And then I'm only going to get 1 Purge as opposed to 2 because I took the Sharpen early. And I choose a Train Steward rather than Purifying Cleanse because that's better RNG later. And you can see there that I didn't even have to click on that fight button like I previously did. And that's thanks to a discovery or just me not having known about it, like a brainless idiot, one of the two. But a discovery by one of my lovely commenters who knows, and I know now, that you can simply press enter to confirm certain dialogue boxes. And the fight entry box is one of them. So is the card removal box, which you'll see me use to great effect for the rest of this run. So that's a pretty big time save in any run, and it's one I'm excited to use. I could have used it on the duplicate, but I just chose to click because it was faster, but it is definitely not faster to click on this. You don't even see the prompt, hardly. Big, big time save there. Thank you to the commenter who figured that one out. And that's a fairly obvious misplace, as I don't get the all-important free Bramble Lash, but it doesn't end up being too bad. Certainly something I can optimize for next time, but it saves relatively little time. It's just nice for the fight itself. There are two different kinds of optimizations in this sort of run. One is just to make the fight run better, but it's not necessarily faster. And one's primarily based around speed. And they're two very different things. So here, just spam out Bramble Lashes as normal. Because I still have Purifying Cleanse, I'm more able to deal with the single Dreg. Here it only has 1 burnout, but 2 Bramble Lashes make sure that's not a problem. So no big deal that I missed the Bramble Lash in the long run. This time I actually take the Shard Channeler like I'm supposed to. And I grab Energy instead of Draw. Heal, just because it's relatively fast to do so. And then I'm not using the Remove Click yet, but I will be later in the run. I believe I do it especially for the Merchants. Upgrade to Spikes 2, and we're moving right along. God, that's just so satisfying to watch the fights immediately start. Here's the Shard Channeler, which makes that 20 spikes worth 60 damage combined with Petrified Crucible. So with that and a bunch of Bramble Lashes, I can clear most front lines. And that means Sharpen is in the long run worth 12 or even 16, depending on Sentient's attacks, damage per use per turn. Pretty good card. Especially because it takes 2 Bramble Lashes and no Relentless Combat to take out Thoughtbinder in that particular strat. So here comes Ring 5. This looks like a great shop, and I'm choosing not to take the Awake, you may have noticed. And here's that Enter Removal. It's so much cleaner. And I will find the name of that commenter and shout them out, taking Sharpen for Spikes 8 at 1 cost, which is great economy. You can see that not having to double-click is so much smoother. Not even necessarily that it's that much faster, but boy does it feel better, and boy does it make it harder to screw up. So now you get a nice, clean, fast card play along with Sharpen. Yes, I could be doing it in a different order, but Bramble Lash will kill literally anything already, so it doesn't matter. Crystal Cloak's dead. That's the power of double stack Sharpen, is it just makes those things so strong to the point where I don't even have to end turn or go into relentless combat and watch slow animations. Same pathing as last time. Dupe the Bramble Lash, purge 2 cards. 1, 2. Isn't that just lovely? I think it's great. Now, the total time save is probably pretty substantial. So with that trick in tow, here's Fel. I don't have my Shard Channeler yet, but it's not the end of the world because I'm going to draw it turn 2. And now most everything will just die. Which is really the way I like it. And I believe I don't even have to go into relentless combat against Fel because the Bramble Lashes will simply do the trick this way. Since Fel only spawns in 1 unit, I get 2 unopposed Bramble Lashes here. Which means, I believe, by the time relentless combat comes around in a couple turns, Fel just kinda dies. And Bramble Lash at this point is getting as fast or even faster than Inferno, but it's definitely slower when you are going to relentless combat. And this run is still definitely slower, because it has to purge and do other things Inferno does not. Like, you know, wait for relentless. And considering this is more or less the perfect seed for it, I doubt Bramble Lash has the upside to be faster than Inferno. But perhaps with an even better seed, it will at least be competitive. Here comes Fight 7. As you may remember from last run, I can 2-shot Nephil with no issues. I can also 2-shot Living Armor. I don't think Nephil is this particular boss. Here's my Shard Channeler. Not really sure why it doesn't work, but I would wish it did. Same there, I'm just clicking like I normally do. But it's fine. This run's still plenty fast, and Living Armor dies in a mere 2 of those. And the Sharpen was necessary, it would not have been enough damage otherwise. And now Seraph. Been going pretty well so far. Again, I choose not to use Enter for a duplicate because those just tend to be cleaner for whatever reason. But I should have used Enter for the fight pop-up at minimum. And I realized my mistake there. Again, Sentient on the first floor, and Bramble Lash kills everything. The issue in this fight was never the damage on Bramble Lash, it was always the sheer volume of enemies. So I won't be saving much, if any, time here, other than with potential faster play. And there isn't really much of that either. It's just a 2-2-2-2-2, or in this case 1-1-1-1-1 card play until Relentless, at which point the fun begins. I do get to land a single unopposed Bramble Lash, which is going to speed up Relentless combat significantly. And I think I get a couple more, which isn't quite enough to kill, but it only takes 1 phase, and that's a pretty big improvement. So there's the time, it is an 8:37, which saves 2 minutes off my previous seeded world record, and about a minute off the unseeded rendition of this run. I'm pretty happy with it.